Welcome back, everyone, and I'm here again with Ross Benjamin, SBR contributor, and today we're going to be giving you a quick pitching report for a couple of games. But first off, how you doing this morning, Ross?
I'm doing very well, Dex. How about yourself?
I'm doing great, Ross. Now let's start looking at the pitchers for the Nationals and the Mariners game. I think that right now the Nats are going to be calling up on Jordan Zimmermann, who's actually been pretty outstanding this season. And not to mention his most recent starts, too, where he's gone a perfect 5-0 in his latest 5 starts against the money. But what else can you tell us about this guy, Ross?
Well, his whole body of work has been outstanding. I mean, 17-9 against the money this season with a stellar 2.93 ERA. And as you just alluded to, he's a perfect 5-0 against the money in his last 5 starts. And he's displayed excellent form in doing so. During those 5 outings, he's posted a sparkling 2.08 ERA, a 0.89 whip, and a tremendous 9-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. To say this guy's having a very good season and is hot of late is an understatement.
All right. Well, I think that the same can pretty much be said about King Felix. I mean, at least right now in his last 6 games, he's gone 6-0 against the money as well. Now, what else can you tell us about him?
Well, he's gone 18-9 against the money on the season as well, with a 2.07 ERA, a 0.89 whip, a 6-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. That qualifies as a pretty impressive season so far. As you just touched upon, it's actually 6-0 against the money at home in his last 6 with a 2.23 ERA. And oddly enough, Dax, 5 of those 6 games have gone over the total, due in part to the Mariners averaging 6 runs per game during that stretch. As I alluded to last week in one of our interviews, I still like Felix Hernandez as the favorite in my eyes to win the Cy Young Award in the American League.
Well, I think we all feel the same with him. But anyways, who gets the edge in this match? I think it's a pretty tough one, right?
Well, it is, but all due respect to Jordan Zimmermann, who I applaud for the type of great season he's put together. However, there's no way I'm going to fade King Felix at home right now. I give the edge to Felix Hernandez in this one over Jordan Zimmermann.
All right, good stuff now. Let's look at the other pitchers that are coming from the Brewers and the Giants. Now the Brew Crew, they're going to be calling up on Wily Peralta, who's been pretty solid this season, but he is coming off a terrible start last Saturday. Now, can you fill us a little bit more on what he's done so far this season, Ross?
Well, he's quietly put together a solid season thus far, going 16-10 against the money with a very respectable 3.61 ERA. As you just touched upon, he's coming off a terrible start last Saturday and a 10-2 loss at home to the Pirates. In that outing, he was roughed up for 7 earned runs, 7 hits, including 3 home runs, and walked 3 in just 5 innings of work. However, prior to that rough outing, he'd allowed 2 earned runs or less in 6 of his previous 7 starts, so I'm almost willing to give him a bit of a pass on his last start and say that he just hit a little bit of a bump in the road there against the Pirates.
All right, now turning our attention to the other pitcher, we got Ryan Vogelsong on the other side. Now, we've both spoke about Vogie in a couple of our videos, and, well, the Giants right-hander has had a strange performance line at home. Now, can you fill us in a little bit more on what's going on with Vogie?
Yeah, I do think he's had a very strange performance line at home. As a matter of fact, this is a guy who's gone a dismal 4-9 against the money at AT&T Park in San Francisco, despite the fact he's had a very good 3.00 ERA and 1.07 whip in those outings. That's just not indicative of a pitcher who should be 4-9 against the money in that role. The Giants have also gone under the total in 10 of those 13 games. He's been pretty solid over his last 5 starts as well, Dax, with a 2.58 ERA and a superb 0.93 whip.
All right, so I think I can read between the lines or listen between the lines of what you've been saying. But, I want to hear from you. Who are you giving the edge to in this match? Or are we going to look into another direction?
Yeah, we're going to look into another direction. This was a very difficult choice to make. I've decided on not giving either of these pitchers the edge in this one. And since both bats of these teams have been heating up of late and the total is so low, I'm going to call for a high-scoring game in this one, Dax. My small lean here is going toward making a wager on going over the total.
All right, good stuff, my man. Thank you once again for your valuable insights, Ross, and we'll talk again this Monday.
I look forward to it, Dax. Have a great weekend.
You too, and everybody as well. And for SportsbookReview.com, this is Dax Floyd.